Right guys, in this video I'm going to explain the 4 things that you could be doing that is creating that slice that is ruining your game, making you lose balls, and it is just not enjoyable hitting big slices off the tee. So 4 things that could be making that happen, and here is how to change them. So number 1, I want you to check your grip. So obviously we've got the face square at the start, but if you have a weak grip, and weak basically means that the hands are too far to the left. So if your left hand looks something like this, where the thumb's straight down the grip, maybe even to the left hand side, if you can only see one knuckle, if you're gripping that golf club in your palm, that is a weak left hand. A weak right hand would look more like this. So if someone is wrapping their hand far too far round to the left, and this V shape here would point to the right shoulder. If you're gripping it like this, that would be classed as a weak grip. Not in terms of how tight you're holding it, but in terms of the position of your hands. So what we need to try and do is make sure that that grip is getting stronger. So make sure it's in the base of your fingers. Make sure this fleshy pad is on top of the grip. The thumb should be positioned, if we think of this golf pride as 12 o'clock, the thumb should be at 1 o'clock, slightly to the right. This V shape points to the right shoulder, and we should see minimum 1, 2, maybe even a third knuckle when we're looking down. Right hand, make sure that it's in the fingers and we are setting that pad on top of the thumb without having to excessively roll. A general rule of thumb, we don't want the palm on top of the grip, we want the right palm on the side of the grip. Equally, underneath is not going to help, but we want it on the side of the grip. So get that grip stronger, we're coming in, that grip is a lot stronger now, that should hopefully help close that club face and hit those drives straighter. So reason number 2 why you might slice your drive, don't be doing this in the takeaway. Don't be rolling your wrists, don't be opening that face excessively in the takeaway. We want the body to move the club back. We want the club face to point to the ball for longer, and with that, this left wrist should still be nice and flat. It shouldn't start to move into this sort of cupping motion, which is when the knuckles move up. That is going to open the face. We don't want that to happen excessively. And as a rough point of reference, when we're here, we want the leading edge of the club to match the spine angle. We don't want the face to point up to the sky too much. That means it's in an open position. So don't be rolling and twisting those wrists. Keep the badge, keep the club face pointing to the ball for longer, and make sure your body starts that takeaway. So not this, more of this. Number 3, we don't want an excessively cupped wrist at the top, because that would get this look at the top of your backswing. The toe is hanging down, the face is pointing straight ahead, the wrist is very cupped. If we do this in our backswing, and a lot of this is linked to the takeaway, so if you do the part before, that would cup the wrist, that would open the face. If we can try and have that left wrist fairly flat, then we're in a good position to have the face square. So again, if we watch this left wrist with that club face, we're looking for this kind of look, this left wrist fairly flat. If it's excessively cupped, that face gets really open. So backswing, wrist nice and flat, badge to the sky, club face is in a good position. Equally, that right hand is sitting underneath as if you're holding a tray of drinks. And again, that's got a lovely little draw on it. So the reason that we're doing these things is we need to close that club face. So when we have a stronger grip, you've got a better chance of closing the face. When you stop rolling in the takeaway and you keep the face pointing to the ball, we're closing that club face. When we're not cupping and we get that left wrist flatter, we're closing the club face. And number 4, let's make sure that we are releasing the club properly. I see a lot of golfers who come back down to impact and their left hand is like this. The badge of the glove points way to the right. That gets that club face opening up too much. They then have this look in their follow through where the camera can see the glove, and that is holding that face open for far too long. Yes, we don't want to have a flip. We don't want to be too handsy, but if we look at Adam Scott here in the video, even the best drivers in the world have an element of rotation in their wrists and in their forearms, to the point where if you slice, a nice easy feeling, think of the badge of your glove, get that badge to twist down and to the left. If we watch that face starts to close, and at this position from the camera you can't see much of the glove hand. So make sure you're releasing that club properly and not doing this. So twist the badge down, twist the badge left. And then there's no reason why you can't hit some lovely soft draws. So give all these things a try, comment down below how you get on, fixing that face, improving that slice. If you've liked the tips so far, don't forget to click that like button, smash that red subscribe button, and check out the description link below if you would like a free golf lesson with me. And see you next time on the channel.